Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we're getting to talk about more sports that we have to cover from this week. So I recorded an episode Monday morning and Monday night, excuse me, basically Tuesday night. But anyways, um, and I'm back. NBA playoffs begin tonight. NHL playoffs begin tonight. The play-in tournament officially ended yesterday, and the Champions League quarterfinals is set, and it's over with. So now we know our semifinal matchups, and it's time to talk about those games. Let's first. I was gonna do this originally at the end, but let's just start off with it first, just in case if we don't have enough time. It's 12:22 right now. The first game for the NBA playoffs start at 1 o'clock, so let's get to it. I'm a little late, so let's get to it straight into my predictions for the NBA playoffs. Let's just get it going, y'all. Let's get it going, um, and let's just talk about it. So we have the bracket here. Ladies and gentlemen. So this is the bracket officially. So the play-in tournament is done. We had the Clippers losing to the Warriors. And the Warriors, obviously, they moved on. They were the 10th seed, so they moved on into the next game against the Suns, which the Suns beat them last night convincingly, pretty much. Jalen Green had a phenomenal game. He had a phenomenal game and leads the Phoenix Suns to get the 8th seed. Portland beat Phoenix in the first play-in game, so they were able to get the 7th seed. So the Spurs will go up against the Blazers, and the Suns would go up against the Thunder coming out the West. So obviously the Clippers and the Warriors now are officially eliminated, and they're heading to Cancun. And then in the Eastern Conference, we had the Heat and the Hornets battling up. The Hornets were able to win that game, so they move on to the second play-in game. And unfortunately, the Miami Heat, as no surprise, they are eliminated from playoff contention, so they are also heading to Cancun. By the way, this was the first play-in game this season, and this was a great game. This was a back-and-forth game. The Heat could have beat the Hornets back and forth. This was absolute cinema to watch. Unfortunately, we just couldn't get it done. We couldn't get it done that game. But Charlotte, they deserve to move on. And yeah, of course, obviously the whole situation with Bam getting hurt in the first quarter, LaMelo Ball tripping him. That's a whole thing going on now, and I don't know. We really don't know if that was intentional or not. It didn't really look like it was with ill will, but that became a whole discussion. With the Sixers and the Magic, the Sixers whooped up on the Magic, so the Sixers got the 7th seed. And then the Magic and the Hornets met up last night, and the Magic absolutely torched the Hornets. It wasn't even close. The Magic came well prepared. And of course, they eliminated the Charlotte Hornets. They got the final seed in the Eastern Conference. So they got the 8th seed. We'll go up against the Pistons, and the Sixers, they got the 7th seed, so they'll go up against the Boston Celtics. So now, let's talk about the playoffs, and let's do the brackets. The bracket challenge right here, and let's just do it right now. I'm gonna do it on the NBA. I usually do it on ESPN. Fuck, we'll do it on the NBA. I'll put it on ESPN here just in case. I'll do it on my phone on ESPN so I can have it multiple ways. So I can do it two times. All right. Let me just put up NBA playoff challenge on my phone here. I feel like I gotta sneeze, but anyways, I'll play. Okay, create a bracket here. Come on. Okay, there we go. So let's start off with the Western Conference. Let's say. Okay, so first matchup we got the OKC Thunder versus the Phoenix Suns. This is gonna be a blowout. I have the Phoenix Suns losing, meaning I have the. What do you mean the bracket locks in 5 days? What do you mean 5 days? The playoffs start today. What the fuck? Well, whatever. I don't care. I'm still doing it today. I'm already working on it anyway, so I don't understand how in 5 days it fucking locks. Literally today is the first playoff game. But anyways, I have the Thunder winning this shit in like 4. You know what? I'll be nice. 5. I think the Thunder are going to beat the Phoenix Suns. The Thunder are the best team right now in the entire NBA. There are some challengers that could you know, damn, got to clear my throat. They're the best team in the NBA, and there's some teams that can give them some challenges. Thinking of Denver, thinking of San Antonio. But Phoenix, they're a nice slept on team all season long. I think they're able to get a win maybe, but it's gonna have to be a close game. But overall, the defensive matchup, and offensively, they just don't match up with Shea, Jay Will, Chet Holmgren. They just don't match up with OKC. It's a really tough, it's going to be a really tough series for Phoenix. I'm just going to say they're going to win one game by like a couple points, see if they're able to get that, but it's OKC winning that shit in 5. Lakers and Rockets. This is going to be an interesting series. Unfortunately, no Luka Doncic or Austin Reeves for the LA Lakers. So LeBron is going to have to go out there by himself at 41 years old and carry this fucking roster because DeAndre Ayton, Rui Hachimura, Jared Vanderbilt, and a bunch of guys are just too inconsistent to bring some depth. Not even depth, because some of them are starters, but I mean, come on. This is not going to happen. I've been high on the Lakers a couple seasons before. Last season, and with Luka, I thought they were going to make at least the conference finals, maybe. This is not going to happen this year. Without Luka, the offense is not as explosive, and without Austin Reeves as being the second option as well, like you don't have your main guy and you don't have your second guy. You have LeBron James. Yes, you have the best player in the world. Not at the moment, but the best player of all time still playing, and he's able to get maybe a win or two against this Houston Rockets team, which defensively has struggled a lot this year. But I think this is a good matchup for the Lakers because this is probably the team that you would want to face in the first round instead of Minnesota, because I think Minnesota probably would have routed them like they did last year, or was it the year before? I think it was last year or the year before. I'm not sure. But I'm sorry, man. I think LeBron is probably going to have a great series, but I've seen LeBron carry a team, but that still isn't enough to win the series. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with the Rockets here. I'll be nice in 6 games. Honestly, I can see this go into 5. Like, I just don't think the Lakers, they just think that defensively they suck. Like, they can't stop anything, Like, I'm being generous picking the Rockets in 6. I could pick them in 5, honestly, but I'll say in 6 games because, at times the Rockets are a little inconsistent. They could have some off shooting nights. KD and LeBron, I mean, this is a playoff matchup everyone wants to see. I hope this could be a 7-game series. I'm hoping it could go to 6 games at the very least. I'm hoping this is a 7 game, but at the very least make it to 6 games. Because when are we going to see KD and LeBron? Maybe this has to be most likely the last time we see them go up against each other in the playoffs. So take every game that we can. I'm hoping for a game 7, but I think we're going to have to go with the game 6 at the moment. So I'm just going to have to pick a game 6 here. I think it's going to be Rockets at 6. Then we have the Nuggets versus the Timberwolves. It's going to be a good, fun matchup. I could see Minnesota really give Denver some problem, but Denver's Denver, man. Who the fuck is stopping Jokic? Almost nobody can do that shit on a consistent basis. Nobody can do that shit on a consistent basis. Jamal Murray is an amazing second option. He's a fucking star. Aaron Gordon has really led this team into a good amount of wins when Jamal Murray got hurt and when Jokic was out and about, when he got hurt for like that 1 month. He was carrying the load, and they have depth. The Nuggets have a lot of great bench players, and that was the key this year in compared to the last couple years where they lacked depth and they just didn't have enough options coming from the bench, and where they needed to rely on their main 3 guys or their starters to pretty much put up everything. Against the Timberwolves, they have more of that. Anthony Edwards have been pretty good. He's up there for MVP, not in the top 5, but in the top 10 for sure. And I think it should be a fun series, but I think if the Nuggets really play at their best, I don't know if this is going to be that much of a fun series. I'm going to say the Nuggets in I'll say the Nuggets in 6. I don't really want to be picking like 4 or 5 games. I really want to see a lot of these games go to 6 or 7 games, but I think the Nuggets in 6 is gonna be is gonna be the more realistic matchup here. But the Timberwolves, let's see what they can do. Let's see what they can do. Spurs versus the Blazers for the 2nd versus the 7 seed. Interesting. I like Portland. They've been a pretty sneaky team all season long, but San Antonio has been so good. Like, even at moments where I think OKC is clearly the best team in the NBA, I look at San Antonio and I'm like, fuck, but then this team now is a big threat. The only thing about OKC is, you know, they already have the championship DNA, they already have the playoff experience, and the Spurs don't have it yet. This season feels weird for me to pick them to go to the finals or win the finals. But fuck yeah, I have them at least beating the Portland Trail Blazers in 5. I think Portland can get a game, but shit. Shit. Fuck. Okay. Anyways, I'm back. So yeah, I think Portland is able to take a game over San Antonio, but I am not picking Portland over San Antonio. No, not in my watch. Then we have now the Eastern Conference with the Detroit Pistons as the number 1 seed going up against the 8th seed Orlando Magic. The Pistons, they have Cade Cunningham back. Jalen Duren has been an all-star. He has been phenomenal for this team. Duncan Robinson, so many Jaden Ivey. There have been so many great players contributing on this Pistons team, and they're just Amar Thompson. They're just Asar Thompson. I said, what did I say? Amar? I said Amar, whatever. Again, there's a lot of fucking good players on this Pistons team that's been, you know, fun to watch. I'm gonna definitely go with Detroit here. I'm gonna say in 5 games probably. I'm gonna have to pick Detroit in 5. Then we have the Cavaliers versus the Raptors. This is a very even matchup. This has to be a 7-game series. I think, unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with the Raptors in 7. I think that's going to shock a little people. I mean, it's the 5th seed over the 4th seed, but there's still a minor upset. And another unfortunate year where James Harden experiences another blunder in the playoffs, and you know, the same old that we get from James Harden once we get to playoff time. This time unfortunately has to suffer that in another game 7 like he did the last couple years with the Clippers and with the Rockets a couple times. Like, yeah, I don't think the Cavs team, I think they're good enough to make this a series. Obviously, this is going in 7, but I think the Raptors this year, their momentum, not really having all these high expectations. You know, they weren't a team that people had them being a top 5 team in the East, nonetheless a top 11, 12 team in the NBA. You know, they've been, you know, they've shocked and surprised a lot of people. And I think that's going to help them a lot against this matchup against Donovan Mitchell and Moody and stuff, and Mobley, excuse me. But Brandon Ingram has been on a tear, and there's so many other guys that I'm blanking out. I can't even fucking remember, but that have just been contributing to this Toronto team. Their coach has been up there he's up there for coach of the year, in my opinion. I think the Raptors are a nice team to watch, and yeah, watch out for Toronto. I think they're able to get the job done in the first round. Next, we got the Knicks, the 3-seed New York Knicks versus the 6-seed Atlanta Hawks. This is a tough matchup because instantly I would say, oh, New York. But tell me why I think the Hawks could definitely take this series over Atlanta. Excuse me, over New York. Y'all remember 2021? Yep. Y'all Knicks fans, I'm sorry, but y'all remember 2021. But hey, that was 5 years ago. Trae Young is not on that roster anymore. You don't have to worry about him. But now you have to worry about a guy by the name of Jalen Johnson, and he's been absolutely on a fucking tear. So I honestly, this is gonna be a tough series to watch. I'm hoping this is another 7-game series. Let's see. Yeah, I'm. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna be in the minority in this. I'm gonna pick the Hawks in 7 games. I don't give a fuck. The Knicks, they're a really good team, but I think the Hawks are capable of doing it. I think they're capable of doing it. It has to be a 7 game series for me to, think that this is really going to be something. I think the Knicks and the Cavs are going to be the frauds of the first round. Pretty much everything has been kind of like not many upsets going on, but yeah, this is going to be the biggest upset of the first round. Me picking the Hawks over the Knicks. I don't know. I don't. I mean, obviously, I could look like an idiot after the series is over, but they've been on a tear. They were literally in the play-in tournament for most of the year, and then they ended the season on a really high note. And I feel like they can keep that momentum coming. They can keep that momentum coming against a New York Knicks team that defensively they have their struggles, offensively they have their struggles, and sometimes they're a bit inconsistent. Yes, you need more production from Karl-Anthony Towns. He's a superstar, but you need more production from him. Miles Bridges is good. Jalen Brunson, of course, is still the dog. Is still a dog, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough. I don't know if it's gonna be enough. And the Hawks, they attack, man. They attack. They're physical. I think they're a good and a scary matchup for New York. In 7 games, anything can happen. I'm gonna pick the Atlanta Hawks. And next we have the 2 seed Celtics versus the 7 seed Sixers. And without any fucking surprise, I'm gonna be picking the Celtics in 7. No, I'm kidding. I'm picking the Celtics in like 5. Honestly, I want to pick Celtics in 4 because generally this Sixers team pisses me off so much. Yeah, they're probably gonna get swept. I don't think there's going to be any sweeps in the first round, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Boston. That's pretty obvious. Boston has looked like maybe arguably the best team in the NBA since Jason Tatum got back and from injury. And yeah, in the playoffs, they're not going to lose to a fucking Sixers team that has depended on Joel Embiid being healthy and getting constantly, not being healthy enough and, getting hurt constantly. And the inconsistencies are there with it. Tyrese Maxey could hold the load, but maybe the Sixers are able to get 1 game. Maybe. And that's a maybe. And I'm being nice. I honestly see this as a sweep. This is probably the only sweep that I can guarantee in this first round matchup. But yeah, unfortunately I can't pick my Sixers bias. We fucking suck. So unfortunately my Heat are done. The Lakers are gonna be done after the first round, and my Sixers are done in the first round. I just know I'm not being Mr. Biased, man. I'm just being real. I'm being real. I haven't really been impressed with the Sixers all year, nor with the Lakers. I mean, I've been more impressed with the Lakers than the Sixers, so even less then. So yeah, Celtics, you're whooping my ass. My second favorite team's ass, unfortunately. I hate to see it. I obviously wish I don't want Boston to move on, but I gotta be real. I gotta be real. Next, we got the Thunder versus the Rockets in the Western Conference semis. I'm going with the Thunder in 6 games. You know what? Nope, that's in 5 games. I think they're a really tough matchup against the Thunder, man. I think the Rockets, I don't know, it's a bad matchup against OKC. I don't know if they're able to get anything done. I'm gonna give them a win. I'm gonna give them a win. I'm gonna give them a win. But bad matchup for Houston. It's probably gonna be humiliation. Next, we got the Nuggets versus the Spurs. This is gonna be a good fucking matchup. Hell yes, this has to be the best matchup in the second round. So, gotta think. Spurs or Nuggets. This is gonna be a tough fucking pick because even though I feel like the Spurs have been better than the Nuggets overall this season, better record, and but this is gonna be a back and forth. Like last time they played, it was great. This has to be a 7 game series. I think. Oh man, tough. I don't know. I matchup wise, it's gonna be really tough to see who's stopping Jokic in OKC. I mean, Wemby can neutralize him, but then who's stopping Wemby on the other side? I don't know. This is gonna be this has to be a 7-game series. But if I'm picking correctly here, man, I think I'm gonna have to pick. I think I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick the Nuggets in 7. I don't know. I really like the Spurs. They could make the NBA Finals. Will not shock me at all if that's the case. But I think it's possible that they meet a dead end here against the Nuggets. I mean, not a dead end because I mean it goes to 7 games hopefully. But I think the Nuggets are. I think they're a team that, yeah, they're. We know that they're a great team, but they're not looked at as the Thunder as probably the best team in the NBA, or the Spurs, who are the hottest team, the hottest new team, the new kids in the block, trying to make a run for the playoffs. And also, I think that they need a little bit of playoff experience. They need a little bit of playoff experience for the Spurs to really pull through. I mean, this could be the same situation as the Thunder 2 years ago, where they lost to the Timberwolves in the conference semifinals in 7 games, but then the next year they won the finals. So I think the Spurs could kind of copy that, get a little bit of playoff experience. Wemby, finally in the playoffs. That finally we're gonna see Wembanyama play in the playoffs, but first year in the postseason, we're gonna see them in the finals against a stacked Western Conference. It's tough, man. It's tough, and if it goes down to 7, it's all the best they got. It went down by 1 game, and you lose to a Nuggets team who's already been there, done that. They have all the fucking experience in the playoffs in the world already, and that Thunder Nuggets Western Conference Finals game series will be insane. I'm gonna pick the Nuggets to win it. But the Spurs, hey, I think next year might be the one. I think next year is gonna be the one. But the Spurs this year, I just don't know if they're. I just don't know if they're gonna be able to pull through. I want to see them in the conference finals. I would love to see OKC Thunder versus the Spurs in the conference finals, but against the Nuggets, it's just a bad matchup. Not a bad matchup, a great matchup, but I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be a tough one. Then we have the Pistons versus the Raptors. Honestly, I'm going to go with the Pistons here. I'm going to go with the Pistons in 6 games. I think the Raptors are going to give them a bit of a trouble. So I'm going to go with the Pistons in 6. The Hawks versus the Celtics. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to pick the Celtics here. I think the Hawks are, a great team, but matchup-wise against the Celtics, their depth is unbelievable, and they shoot the lights out. So I don't know. I don't know if the Celtics. I don't know if the Hawks really just are able to really get far enough. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. But sure, fuck it. I'm taking Boston here. Now, Western Conference Finals: Thunder versus Nuggets. A spot to win the Western Conference and a spot in the NBA playoffs. In the NBA Finals, excuse me. Damn, I'm all over the place. Will OKC make it back to the NBA Finals? Is this going to be another year where a team is this the year where the Thunder repeat and do something that hasn't been done since the Warriors of 2017 and 2018, where they went back-to-back championships? Because since then, no team has repeated. Not the Raptors in 2019, not the Lakers, not the Nuggets in 2023, not the Celtics, not the Warriors in 2022. No team has repeated since the 2018 Warriors. So, I don't know. But this is to make the finals again. Or the Nuggets, who will make their first finals appearance since they won it in 2023 against the Heat. It's going to be a really, really good matchup. Of course, I'm hoping for a 7-game series. But for some reason, this might go to 6 games to the winner. I think OKC is going to edge it out. I think OKC is going to edge it out. Thunder in 6. I would love to see 7 games, but for some reason, I think the Thunder just are able to get it done in 6 games. I could might as well put that 7 games, because that's what I want. 7 games of that, but I think it'll end in 6. Pistons versus the Celtics. Oh man, now is now the time where I finally pick against the Celtics, because I really don't like picking the Celtics all the way through the finals. It sucks. I really don't like it. But the Pistons, I don't know, man. I just don't think, again, kind of like the Spurs, great team, had an amazing season, but they don't have the playoff experience yet. And it matters. And nonetheless, you're going up against a team that made the finals twice within this decade. They made it in 2022 and they won it in 2024. Like with pretty much almost the same core group. Yeah, they lost Drew Holiday, they lost a couple pieces, Porzingis, but they still have Jaylen Brown and they still have Jason Tatum, and that's enough to get you a lot of wins. Obviously, there's going to be more players that need to step up and do their part to further, give them a better opportunity to win this series. And I think Detroit is going to give them a really good matchup. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to pick the Boston Celtics. Ew! In 6 fucking games. Fucking hate this. Take a deep breath. Thunder versus Celtics. NBA Finals. Now, this is going to be a really good NBA Final. I have no fucking choice. Thunder in 6. How many points will be scored? 113. What is that? That's my final score. I don't know. 118 and 113. 31. Fuck. I have to sign it now. But whatever. Thunder in 6, baby. Thunder in 6. Thunder in 6. That's going to be the NBA Finals, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be the NBA Finals. Look. I'm sorry, y'all. This has to be the... I don't know. I think the Thunder are going to be the first team to repeat since the 2017-2018 Warriors. Yeah, it has to. I think that's the case. Unfortunately, I don't want to see Boston win it. I have them making it to the finals. I don't want to see Boston win it. That's why I didn't even fully process. I didn't even fully think about that. No, I don't want to see Boston win it. I don't. I have them making it all the way to the finals. And that's just me being real. But I think OKC, I don't mind. Look, as much as I wish a new team could win it this year, the Spurs, the Pistons, I'm rooting hard for the Spurs. I'm rooting hard for the Pistons to pull through. Fuck the experience. We're here and we're coming. We're coming. Pause. Like, I want them to prove me wrong, but right now these are the 2 best teams in the NBA. These are the 2 scariest teams in the NBA. And in the playoffs, I think this is just the best matchup we can possibly get. If everything goes right, of course. If everything goes right. I'm thinking the Spurs, they have they have the pieces yet, but they lack that specifically. It's the experience. But the Thunder, hey man, you have probably the MVP this year in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Yet again, he might win MVP. Yet again, he might have back-to-back seasons winning MVP, winning Finals MVP, winning the championship. It's going to be really hard to beat this fucking Thunder team. And yes, the Nuggets definitely going to give them some trouble, and Boston is also going to give them some trouble. But hell, and I know last year, when they played against the Pacers in that Game 7, it was already a challenge for OKC. It was a back and forth series, but that's probably what's going to happen again. Obviously, not the situation with Halliburton where he got hurt. Hoping we don't get that, any serious injuries in the playoffs, so we can enjoy as much basketball. So we can enjoy as much playoff basketball as we can. But yeah, ultimately, I think the OKC Thunder are the best team in the league, and this is how it's going to go, y'all. This is how it's going to go. This is going to be Thunder versus the Celtics in the finals, and the Thunder will be the first team since the 2018 Warriors to repeat back-to-back titles. I think that streak of different champions every single year, the fluidity, the what's that word again? The purity of the league is very balanced. Every year there's a new champion. I've loved seeing that, but I think that's gonna stop for this year. It's gonna stop for this year. It's gonna be put on hold for that. And we'll see next year what happens. Maybe the Spurs and the Pistons next year are able to get the job done next year. Maybe they can get it done this year, but you gotta beat OKC, you gotta beat Denver, and you gotta beat Boston. Once those three teams are done, and the Spurs and the Pistons are still alive, one of them's gonna win it. One of them's gonna win it for sure. But you gotta beat the top dogs first. You gotta beat the top dogs first, and you gotta prove it to me. So yeah, this is my bracket. I think this looks pretty good. I'm not biased here. I think this is exactly how I think it's gonna go. Like generally, I'm not being biased. I'm not like, the Lakers in the finals. No, fuck that. No, the Sixers in the conference. No, fuck that. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. I'm not being delusional. I'm thinking with my big brain ball knowledge here, so it's okay. It's all right. It's okay. But anyways, let's move on to the NHL quickly because I don't have enough time. We could speed run this shit because obviously your boy doesn't know anything about the fucking playoffs. Okay, let's just do this on fucking ESPN. Okay, stop sharing this. Okay, and then share screen with. Wait, hold on. NHL playoff predictions. Yes. Let me see how I can do this. Six minutes until the first game starts, guys. Oh shit! First 6 minutes until the first game starts. By the way, the first game is what? Game 1 of the Raptors versus the Cavs. I think that's the first game. That's the first game to start off. So I'm gonna put that game in I have the UFL football going on right now. So in about like 6 minutes, I'll put. You know what? Fuck it. Let me just start putting the game right now. It's on what? Where is it on? It is on. Fuck. Where is it? Is it on ABC or is it on? It's on Prime Video. Okay. All right. Let me go to Prime. Let me get off of ESPN. Go to Prime Video for the first game. First playoff game of the year. Cavaliers, Raptors. Who's winning game 1? I'm gonna go with the Cavs. I think the Cavs are at home. I think the Cavs are gonna take a 1-0 lead. I had Raptors in what? Raptors in 6? Or Raptors in 7? No, I had Raptors in 7. I had Raptors in 7. But yeah, I'm picking the Raptors to win the series. So that's that. Yeah, fuck. What was it? Shit. Except. God. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm putting the game on right now and I'm trying to do the playoffs for there we go. Raptors Cavaliers. Prime Video. Damn. Why all of a sudden I have like a stuffy nose, bruh? Like I'm coughing. Damn, man. It's so weird. I'm not even sick. I'm not even sick. Gotta drink more. Nah, more water. More. Damn, Taylor Rook's fine ass on my screen right now. Anyways. Okay. Now let's talk about the NHL playoffs real quick. Since, your boy doesn't know nothing about hockey, but I still do the playoff predictions anyways. Just because why the fuck not? Can I just do it here? Can I just do it here? Yeah, I could just do it here, right? Fantasy? Let me do the fantasy. Hockey challenge. There we go. I could have done it here the whole fucking time. I'm a dumbass, but anyways. All right, now let's share my screen again so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. ESPN Playoff Hockey Challenge. Create a bracket. Let's go. First, we got the Avalanche versus the Kings. I got the Avalanche in 7 million. I have the Avalanche, let's say, in 5. The Stars versus the Wild. What the fuck is this? Stars versus the Wild. I'm going with the Wild. The Golden Knights versus the Mammoth. I'm going with the Golden Knights. The Oilers versus the Ducks. I'm going with the Oilers. Then in the East, we have the Sabres or the Bruins. Let's go with the Sabres. Anyone but the Bruins, please. Lightning versus the Canadiens. I'm going with the Lightning. Hurricanes versus the Senators. I'm going with the Hurricanes. Flyers, Penguins. Hey, the Panthers are not in the playoffs, but I'm going to be rooting for that Philly team. I'm going to be rooting for the Flyers, baby. Let's go, Flyers. Let's go, Flyers. Avalanche versus the Wild in round 2. I'm going with the Avalanche. I think they've been the best team in the NHL, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Then we got the Golden Knights versus the Oilers. Give me the Oilers. Making it to the conference finals. Sabres versus the Lightning. Give me the Lightning. The Sabres were ass a couple years ago, and now they're in the playoffs. They're the number 1 seed. Let's see what they do. Flyers versus the Hurricanes. I'm going with the Flyers. Upset, 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 upset. Lightning versus the Flyers. Give me the Flyers. Avalanche versus the Oilers. Give me the Oilers. And then I have the Flyers winning it all. Why? This is where I could be biased. How many points will be scored? 67. All right. Clearly, I'm trolling here. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, y'all. I don't know nothing about hockey. I don't. So let me have fun here. I took the NBA bracket serious. This one, I'm just fucking around. This one, I'm all biased. If it's not the Flyers to win it, then it's the Oilers, because the Oilers, they've lost the last 2 years in the finals to the Panthers, so fuck it. And now I have them losing again in the finals, this time to the Flyers. But we'll see. If it's not the Flyers, I'm rooting for the Oilers, because they're begging to win a fucking championship after losing to the same team twice in back-to-back years. But anyways, that is my playoff bracket for the NHL. Wait, let me look at the NBA one again. Let me see the shit again. Share bracket. Okay, I already shared it, right? I already saved it. But wait, how do you see it? In 5, yeah. I want to do it on my phone real quick too, so I can have it saved here. Thunder in 5. Let Rockets in 6. Rockets in 6. Then I had the Nuggets in 6. I had the Nuggets in 6. Then I had the Spurs in 5? Spurs in 5, yes. The Pistons in 5. Pistons in 5. Shit, Raptors in 7. Should I have 1 minute to lock this shit in? Hawks in 7. Celtics in 5. Okay, conference semifinals. Okay, Thunder in 5. Nuggets in 7. Fuck, I gotta lock this shit quickly. Pistons in 6. Hawks in 6. Thunder in 6. Okay. And then boom. 231. That's what I put at the end, right? Boom, boom. Submit. Sign in. I already signed in. Fucking dumb hoe. Why did I call that? That's crazy. I don't know why I called them. Oh, whatever. I've already signed in here. Let me put my Face ID and shit, and I have it here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, we're good. We're good to go, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So now this is already saved. I have the Flyers here. I have the Flyers and the Thunder winning the NBA and the NHL playoffs. So that is that. Open and preview. Can I see? New document? New empty page. Can I save this? Save image. Yeah, now I have it in my fucking gallery. Just in case. There we go. Yep. Okay. So now we're done. Now that we're done with the NBA and NHL playoff predictions, and we talked about the play-in tournament, now let's talk about the Champions League, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to the Champions League real quick. Let me go to the actual web. I actually want to do it on the website, not on ESPN for this one. And let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. This was a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. My God, this is a little slow with the shit. Share the screen, buddy. Is it sharing the screen? Okay, now you can see it now. It was just a picture. My face was full screen, and you guys weren't able to see the background. But now we have it here. Champions League website. Now let's go to the matches, the quarterfinal matchups, and then we'll talk about the semifinal matchups coming in a couple weeks. So let's talk about the games on Tuesday. On Tuesday, we first had. Let's talk about the Paris Liverpool game. This was easy. This was a no-brainer, man. Paris Saint-Germain, they're probably the second best team, in my opinion, in all of Europe. They're the defending Champions League champions. They come into this game up 2-0 at the Anfield in Liverpool. And Liverpool, they just had a pretty disappointing season. They've had an up and down year in the Premier League. They're in the top 6, but they just haven't been as quality or as consistent as they used to be in previous years. They just haven't had, they've been very inconsistent and have suffered injuries, and unfortunately suffered a huge injury in this game with Ekiteke. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's something like that, as their striker got hurt and he was put on a stretcher, and he is going to miss significant time. He's definitely going to miss the remainder of the year. Without a doubt, he's going to miss the beginning. He's going to miss the World Cup this summer, so that's unfortunate. France loses a powerful striker for the World Cup. I mean, France is still fucking loaded without him, but with him, they would have been even more unstoppable as if they weren't already unstoppable enough. Bless you. Anyways, but yeah, Liverpool suffering all these injuries and all these inconsistent showings, all season long. It's going to be a tough season, man. It's been a tough season for Liverpool. PSG is out here for bigger things. They want to win the treble. They want to win the League One. They want to win the other title that they won, the French Cup, I think. And, of course, they want to win the Champions League back-to-back seasons. They won their first one in franchise history last year. They want to win their second back-to-back. And they got it done. Dembele, in the first half, it was just kind of competitive back and forth, had a couple opportunities, but then Dembele just took it by himself, had a couple golazos, and boom, bada bing, bada boom, 4-0 in aggregate, and they got another 2-0 win against Liverpool. PSG is, of course, moving on to the semifinals. Now, let's talk about the other matchup. Atletico Madrid versus Barcelona. Yes, Barcelona won the game 2-1. However, Atletico moves on 3-2, winning in aggregate. Barcelona had a great start. Lamine Yamal scored in the first 3 minutes of the game. First, they scored in the 4th minute. Absolutely great start. And then Ferran Torres was able to capitalize and tie it. It was 2-2 in aggregate, but just a handful of minutes later, Lookman gets a great cross and sends it into the back of the net, and takes a 3-2 lead for Atletico Madrid, and they were able to pull through the whole game. Unfortunately, Barcelona had many opportunities as well, and then unfortunately, Eric Garcia suffered a red card after checking VAR, seeing if he was holding the defender, and was holding him and fouled him in the box there, or close enough to the box. And that resulted in what? I think that resulted in a free kick eventually, but yeah. And of course, now Barcelona playing with 10 men in less than 10 minutes of the game, 15 minutes of the game, more or less. And of course, you're down one man late in the ball game. You can't afford that. And again, last week they had Kurbasi, who lost who got the red card literally at the end of the first half, just when they were about to enter halftime. So a lot of bad opportunities for Barcelona. Was able to tie it and make things interesting, but Atletico just needed that one more goal, and that Lookman goal was all enough, and they were all just defensively figuring out what they can make adjustments to in that second half, and they were able to shut them out in the second half. They didn't. No one scored a goal in the second half, and well, Atletico moves on. Barcelona, they failed to make it to the semifinals, at least, of the Champions League yet again. I mean, the Champions League have been waiting for them since 2015, when they had Neymar and they had Messi and Suarez and shit. Yeah, it's been 11 years. Now next year will be 12 years without Barcelona winning a Champions League. Could it be my team? But unfortunately, I have to talk shit about my team because, well, it's time to talk about shit about my team, unfortunately. Atletico Madrid, they move on to the semifinals. Let's talk about the Wednesday games. First, to start off with the most incredibly disgusting, awful performance that I don't even understand how people watch this fucking game. Arsenal versus Sporting Portugal. It was a draw 0-0. But Arsenal did win 1-0 in the first game, so Arsenal was able to get enough. They just need one goal. One goal in 2 games. The most boring fucking matchup ever. I am so glad I did not watch this game. I had it on my phone, but I was obviously watching the Real Madrid game on my TV and outside in the living room, and yeah, that was a spectacle to watch compared to this fucking horse shit. And Arsenal, very unconvincingly, they move on to the semifinals. Arsenal is they're suffering right now. But hey, they move on to the semifinals. Let's see what they do against Atletico Madrid. They will go up against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League semis in the next couple weeks. But now let's talk about the big boy game, the game that everybody in the world was actually watching. The Bayern Munich versus the Real Madrid game. Give me 1 second. Let me actually fucking blow my nose before I start tearing up and shit. All right, yeah, I needed that. I absolutely needed to do that. But anyways, let's talk about this game. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I did that episode on Monday night, talking a little bit about the matches. I was previewing the games for Tuesday and Wednesday, and now we're here to finally talk about the end result. Let's just say this to start off. Oh, and the Cavaliers Raptors game has just kicked off, ladies and gentlemen. James Harden gets the ball first, and off we go, ladies and gentlemen. The NBA playoffs has officially started. Let's go. And we already have a turnover. Raptors ball. Anyways, just gotta say this. I wish I was simply a neutral fan to really enjoy I mean, I did really enjoy watching this game, but I could have definitely enjoyed it more if it wasn't for my team to lose this game. And if I was just simply a neutral fan, this was the greatest game I've seen since the World Cup final, maybe. Or at least the first half, because the first half was a storybook. It is made in fucking it's some legendary shit that has to be created for a game to go this direction in the first half of especially a first half of a football game, like unfucking believable. But let's start off first. Entering this game, Bayern Munich was up 2-1. Was up 2-1 in aggregate. They beat Madrid in the first game, in the first leg, at the Santiago Bernabeu in Madrid. So now Madrid goes to the Alliance Arena in Germany, in Munich, and they're facing a 2-1 deficit. They need to get 3 goals, or they need to get 2 goals to take the lead. And I mean, 3 goals will set them up, but They did got the 3 goals, but it wasn't obviously enough. But let's talk about the game now in itself. Arda Güler scored in the very first minute off of a horrific look from Manuel Neuer. He was just tossing the ball, finding one of the players, one of the defenders to try to kick the ball and try to kick the ball forward and try to make some extended passes. But I mean, he just basically threw the ball at one of his players when they just weren't even concentrating yet. They were just getting in position, and he just threw the ball way too early. Arda Güler saw that ball coming straight to his direction, intercepted it, and from half the field, drills it to the back of the net and did a whole fucking curve and bow. First minute of the game. That ball went into the back of the net like in the first 30-some seconds of the game. And we're already up 1-0. A magical fucking start to this game. A dream come true for Real Madrid fans. It was that first minute of the game was like, holy shit. I was in the car watching because I was on my way back from work. I was in the car watching the game. Holy fuck. Holy shit. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. But much needed. And of course, at that point, it was now tied at 2. But of course, our fun couldn't last that long because from a corner kick, Pavlovic got a header and tied it at 1 apiece. And now they have a 3-2 lead in aggregate. So now we're down 1 in aggregate again. But it's okay because Arda Güler gets fouled, gets a free kick in the 29th minute, and he drills it to the back of the net over Manuel Neuer, and it made him stumble, crumble, and jumble. That man was built. That man was broken. He was set into millions of pieces. That boy fucking, the net, he was like this on the net. He was just, oh shit. Like he was bamboozled with that fucking Arda Güler left-shotted, with that left foot shot. Oh my God, beautiful fucking free kick. And again, scores 2 goals. He had a brace in this game. And yet again, now we're tied in aggregate. 4-4. 3-3. Boom, we keep going. But then, not too long later, Harry Kane scores the equalizer. Bada bing, bada boom. Or not the equalizer. The equalizer in the game to make it 2-2. But then in aggregate, it was what? 4-3. It was 4-3 in aggregate. Yes, it was 4-3 in aggregate. And it was like, fuck, now we have to score another goal. But then Mbappe gets a nice cross from Vinny, sets it in. He gets a good pass. It wasn't a cross. It was just a good pass to get to Mbappe. Mbappe had enough space and separation, and he finished it. Ties the game up. The game now is 3-2 Madrid. It's now 3-2 Madrid, but now in aggregate, it's 4-4. It's now 4-4 in aggregate after that Mbappe shot. We enter halftime with a Real Madrid 3-2 lead in the game. And the score overall is 4-4. So entering halftime, we just witnessed a wild and an exciting first half of football. It was unbelievable to watch. And I said to my mom and my brother, like, whoever's fucking watching that Arsenal game, blessings. Whoever went to that game and bought tickets to see Arsenal, I am so sorry because you are literally watching this pathetic shit show team putting up a 0-0 draw with like 3, I think the whole game, there was like 3 shot attempts on goal. What? In both teams had 3 shot attempts on goal? What the fuck were they doing the whole game? Just standing and passing? What the hell were they doing? I don't know. Clearly, I didn't fucking watch the game. And then we get to, halftime. Past halftime, bada bing, bada boom. We get through. The second half, it was just a bunch of opportunities missed. I mean, Olise had a couple open looks he missed. Mbappe had a couple looks. Vinny had a couple good open shot attempts. And there was a lot of players miss a couple good looks in most of the second half. But then Camavinga comes in the 60-something minute, get a couple substitutions coming in. And then, unfortunately, the 86 minutes comes around. Mind you, we're still tied 4-4 in aggregate. But it could look like, this has to go down in the last minutes of the game. If not, we go to extra time, and if not, we might head to penalties. But then in the 86th minute, Camavinga takes the ball away from one of the players, and then he picks up the ball and tries to run with the ball. He picks up the ball, runs with it to where he wants to put it in the right spot. Obviously, you can't fucking do that, even if it's out of play. You can't fucking just take the ball out of someone and just put it in a random play. That's the fucking ref's job, to set up the play and make sure, okay, you guys are supposed to start here. Let me form you guys so you guys can start. No, he's basically just took the fucking ball. You can't do that. You can't do that. And that was the second yellow he had in the game. He had another yellow just like 10 minutes or 15 minutes prior. So mind you, he came into the 60-something minute. Let's look at the subs. Let's look at the substitution. The subs. He came in the 61st minute, replacing Brahim Diaz. He gets the first yellow in the 78th minute. So 17 minutes playing in the game, he gets the yellow. And then not even 10 minutes later, only 8 minutes later, he gets your second yellow. And look, if you think he didn't deserve the second yellow, whatever. I mean, that's your opinion. I'm not here to fucking, the refs screwed us over. I'm not here to make fucking excuses. I fucking hate doing that. But you can't fucking do that. You can't just take the ball away and just, you're just making yourself look worse in that situation. I get it. You want to have all the opportunities. You don't want to waste time. But that's why you have extra time anyways. So you can replace the time that you guys already were missing during play. Any fouls, any plays that were taking too long to start, the game, it doesn't matter. Don't fucking do that shit. And for that, of course, they send him out, got the red, and he's out of there. And now we are down to 10 players. We're down to 10 fucking players without Camavinga. And unfortunately, with no fucking surprise, that cost us the fucking opportunity to get something moving in this game. And then 3 minutes later, after Camavinga gets sent out of the game, Luis Diaz, my fucking fellow Colombian superhero that I'm going to be rooting for you hard. I'm going to be rooting for you hard in the World Cup this summer. But right now, you're low-key my enemy. Anyways, we're rivals. You're not my enemy. I've loved watching Lucho play for Bayern this year. I've watched every Bayern game. It's been amazing to watch this fucking team play. And especially since I don't get fucking headaches watching this Bayern team because, I'm not the biggest Bayern fan. But of course, I'm watching all the games because of Lucho. He scores the game winner on us, and now it's 5-4 in aggregate, and now we're with 10 players, and we're down by a goal. And then we have 6 minutes left in extra time, 6 or 7 minutes left in extra time. We have enough time to at least get one goal to tie it and make it 5-5 in aggregate. And unfortunately, at that point, after that Lucho goal, we just lost the hope. The defense just started splitting up into whatever fucking formation, and then Olise got a great look. He missed a couple opportunities in the second half, and then boom, he nailed it. He nailed that opportunity and scored the 6th goal late in stoppage time. In the 4th minute of stoppage time, he was able to score that goal, and that made it 6-4. That made it 6-4 in aggregate, and they won the game 4-3. And that was that. The Lucho was the dagger, and then the Olise was just the cherry on top, the finalizer, the one that killed everything, destroyed everything. Just terrible, man. Just really terrible how we gave it all. First of all, I'm going to talk about Bayern, and then I'm going to talk about Real Madrid. Bayern Munich, they're the best team in all of Europe. I'm going to say that right now. They're the best fucking team in Europe. That matchup against PSG in the next couple weeks is going to be the decider. Whoever wins those 2 games, whoever moves on from that matchup is going to win the Champions League. I do not give a fuck. Arsenal, Atletico Madrid, whoever wins that, cool, good. You're going to make the final. Be fucking ready to go up against either Bayern or PSG. because those teams are they're godlike. They are unstoppable. Their attack and their defense is impeccable, and they have two of the best managers in the world. They have geniuses running the fucking play. And even though it's really not even in this case, Bayern is all the talent in the world coming off the pitch. Vincent Kompany, the manager of Bayern, this motherfucker just chilling there. He's just chilling there. He's doing his job, but he don't got to do too much. Look at this fucking team that he has. Look at the fucking attack that they have. You have Harry Kane, is striker. You have Lucho at left wing, and you have Olise at right wing. That fucking attack, and they finish. They attack and they finish. They could have scored more games in this. They could have scored more goals in this game. They missed a couple opportunities. It could have been worse. It could have been way fucking worse. Real Madrid also missed some opportunities, but clearly they were more aggressive in the second half. Bayern won the second half, even if you don't count those 2 goals that they scored, because Real Madrid couldn't capitalize in the second half, getting those open looks. That's the problem. I'll get to Real Madrid. So yeah, I'm praising Bayern because they deserve all the fucking praise. That attack is unbelievable. Their midfielders, they have some of the best midfielders in the world. Kimmich is great at playmaking. They have so many fucking good players. It's ridiculous. The defense is probably their weakest part of the team, but they still have guys who fucking come there and take attempts from other players. They block. They do all the dirty fucking work. Yes, maybe don't have the best defense. I don't honestly. They don't have the best. They don't have the best defense, but certainly way fucking better than what we have going on here in Madrid. Like they are certainly built for the Champions League, and they're certainly a team to beat. They're the team to beat. If someone is gonna be Bayern, it has to be PSG, in my opinion. You think Arsenal is gonna rival their fucking attack? Arsenal can't even fucking put up 2 goals against Sporting. So I don't think Arsenal's going to do much. Atletico, they have a good attack, and their defense is not bad at all. They've been pretty good defensively as well. They could give Bayern or PSG some work in the final if Atletico does move on to the final. But that's maybe on a couple of attempts. Can the whole game they can neutralize Olise? They can neutralize Lucho? They can neutralize Harry Kane? Oh, and let's not forget, they have the best fucking goalie in the world, who didn't play like it in this game. To be fair, Manuel Neuer did not play great. He did not play great in this game. But in the first leg, he was blocking everything. He was blocking everything in that first game. This one, he got caught. Arda Güler owned him. But he did make great saves in that second half. He had a horrible first half. He had a way better second half. And, he was able to balance it out a bit. And he was able to get saved because, and again, that's an old Manuel Prime. Like, this is not a prime Neuer. Like, could you fucking imagine if he was in his prime playing with this current Bayern team? Just ridiculous. But even then, he's still the best goalie in the world, arguably, besides Courtois. Which, again, Courtois not even playing. He's still hurt. And that cost us a lot, too. It would have definitely helped if we had fucking Courtois playing, but unfortunately he got hurt, and we can't do nothing about it. But again, this Bayern team is ridiculous. They're ridiculous, and they've been like this all season long. They've had maybe 1 or 2 losses in the I think this since August, since after the Club World Cup ended. Wait, did PSG beat PSG beat Bayern in the Club World Cup, right? Yeah, they did. They did beat them in the Club World Cup. They beat them 2-0. And that was the game. That was the semifinal game. Yeah, that was the semifinal game. So PSG and Bayern, they played in the Club World Cup last year in the semis, and that's when PSG made to the final, but then they lost to Chelsea in the final. But anywho, again, just talking about Bayern, they've just been the best team all year long. And again, they've lost what game? 2 games in the Bundesliga? I think they've only lost 2 games. What is their record right now? What's the record looking like? Bayern Munich in the right now in the Bundesliga, they're first, obviously, but the standings exactly, they are currently. Oh my god, just give me the fucking thing. They have 4 draws and 1 loss. 4 draws and 1 loss. Let me just show you. Let me show you. Let me fucking show you. Let me show you. Let me show you right now. Let me show you right now. I'll show you right now. Let me go on ESPN real quick. Let me go on ESPN real quick. Hurry up. Hurry up. There we go. ESPN. Bayern Munich results. Okay. Okay. Can y'all see? Can I see? Okay, there we go. These were the results. 4-3, 5-0, 2-1, 3-2, 4-0, 4-1. They were able to get a draw against Leverkusen. 6-1, 4-1, 3-2, 3-2, 3-0. By the way, I think one of these games, which one was it? I think it was this game. They were down 2-0. They were down 2-0. Yeah, in the 71st minute, they were down 2-0. This motherfucker had a brace in 11 minutes. And then this fucking dude, who was like 17, 18 years old, Carl. How old is this dude? Lennart Carl? He's like 18. How old is this dude? How old is he? 17, 18? He's 18. This little fucking 18-year-old kid scored the game winner. 3-2. 4-1. 6-1. 3-2, 3-2, 3-0, 2-0, 5-1. They somehow drew here. 2-1. They lost to Augsburg. How the fuck did that happen? What happened January 24th? It happens, whatever. 1 loss, mid-season. Whatever. That was our only loss of the season, by the way. Just to remind you. Win. Domination. Tie. Win. Domination. Win. They lost this game against Arsenal in the Champions League without Lucho. 3-1. Definitely probably one of the worst performances of the season out of the 4 bad games that they had all year long. But then win, draw, win. And then we talk about this, we lost. Like, how many wins is that? How many wins since they lost to the Club World, since they lost to PSG in the Club World Cup? 2 losses? How many losses? 2 losses? How many losses? 1, 2, and 4 draws. 2 losses and 4 draws since July 2025. 4 draws, 2 losses in all competitions, not just Bundesliga, in all competitions. In the Champions, in the Bundesliga, in the German Cup, in the friendly games that they had, whatever. Are we counting the friendly games? Sure, why not? Fuck it, whatever. They're supposed to win those games, but whatever. We count them. 4 draws, 2 losses. PSG, at one point, they were kind of like on and off. They were struggling a bit at one point in the season, but obviously they've picked it up. They're obviously still a great team. They're the second best team still, in my opinion. Like, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be very fucking hard to stop this PSG team. It's gonna be very hard to stop this Bayern Munich team, specifically this Bayern Munich team. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. But I'm super excited about the semifinal matchups. But before we talk about the semifinal matchups, yeah, man, Bayern is eliminates Real Madrid. And to talk about Real Madrid, man, our season is done. Our season is done. Our Champions League was the only thing that we had left. And we couldn't get it done. We put up a great fight. We put up an amazing fight against Bayern. I'm glad that we didn't just let ourselves get destroyed and just humiliated. I have students. I have a student that he's a Bayern fan, and of course, as a Madrid fan, we kind of banter back and forth in Spanish and this and that. He's like, "Te van a humillar. They're gonna fucking embarrass you. They're gonna embarrass Madrid. They're gonna fucking, they own you. That Bayern is your father. Bayern is your daddy. This and that." We go back and forth with it, right? And like it's just that it wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. They didn't completely fucking own us. This was a back and forth effort. We didn't just let ourselves get destroyed. So at least we had pride, and we fought to the very end, and we did what we can. Unfortunately, Kamavinga is a fucking dumbass for getting that red card and just basically selling us the opportunities to win this game. If we had him, okay, yes, I'm not guaranteeing if we still had Kamavinga, we would win the game, but it would have gave us a way fucking better chance at finishing the game stronger than how we let this game slip away after Lucho scored the goal. Like it's just those little mistakes there. It cost big. It cost us big time. And it sucks because it's like, fuck, we put up an amazing game. This is the best performance I've seen Madrid play maybe all season long. It's like they sold their soul and they told God, look, God, I know we've been like mid as fuck this year, but just we need to play our best fucking game. This is the biggest game of the season. We need to play the best football we've ever played this entire year for this game tonight. And that's exactly what they did. Now, did they play perfect? No. Vinny and Mbappe, look, they are great players individually, but I don't see them working well together. Mbappe, as much as Mbappe is an amazing player internationally, and he is one of the best players in the world, if not maybe the best player in the world. But confidently, sometimes it's hard for me to say that he's the best player in the world because it feels like he just focuses too much on his stats. It feels like he just isn't the best leader at times. I need more of him as a leader. Yes, he's an amazing goal scorer. Yes, he can create opportunities, but he misses a lot of. He can't finish at an elite level. Sometimes, but most of the time, he just can't finish consistently. He was able to get one, so I'm not gonna fault him for missing so many. He's not gonna finish every single attempt, but if he is one of the elite players in the world, he has to do it at a consistent basis. And sometimes I just don't see that from him. And same with Vinny. Vinny is a world class player when he wants to be, but sometimes he just doesn't get to that. He just doesn't get to his spots. He takes too fucking long trying to create a play for himself, trying to get the right pass. He's doing all this fucking dribbling. Okay, cool. He's fucking dancing with the ball, but then the ball gets deflected. He loses possession, or he doesn't make the right pass, or he just doesn't play make as much as he can. He doesn't get crafty enough. He's had great games, and he saved us a couple times. Yes, I know. Him and Valverde were unbelievable in those two games against Man City in the round of 16 and against Benfica. Bro, Vinny has had really good games, but he's just inconsistent. These are all amazing players. Mbappe, Guler, Vinny, Valverde. Gonzalo Garcia has been pretty good. Like when he comes in, starting for Mbappe when Mbappe got hurt. Brahim Diaz wasn't the greatest goal scorer. He didn't have that many opportunities, but he, was good. Trent, like we have so many good fucking players on this team. There's only a handful that I feel like we need to just they need to leave, including Camavinga, because after that, there's no way in hell over the summer he's staying with fucking Madrid. He's gone. Look, this is just where we need to make some changes, man. We need to make some changes. We need to make some changes in the midfield, in the defense, and there needs to be more consistency from our attack. Mbappe is an amazing player. He's one of the best. He's an all-time talent. He's already one of the greatest players ever in World Cup history. He's already a Hall of Famer, a legend in the game already. Like he's already accomplished so much at an elite level internationally with the French team. But he hasn't been able to do that with clubs. PSG. How the fuck has he not won a Champions League with PSG? He had better chances when he played at Monaco. He had that magical 2016-2017 season with Monaco or 2019. I forgot what year exactly. Like he was giving Monaco really chances at winning the Champions League, just him single-handedly, basically. And then going to PSG, With Messi, with Neymar, you still couldn't get it done? And the fact that PSG only got better after you left, it says a lot, man. And I'm not one of those people that are saying, "Oh, get fuck Mbappe needs to get the fuck out of here. Sell him, sell Vinny, sell Valverde." No, but if next season is the same indication that we got this year, if we see the same inconsistencies, if we can't see these players play at an elite level consistently, we're like it's gonna be a really fucking tough conversation to have for Madrid fans next season. You can only imagine now. The conversations are pretty rough, but we need to make changes anyways. How is it that we are one of the best teams in Europe, but we can't get a trophy? For 2 consecutive seasons, we haven't won a trophy. A trophy that we had a tournament for. Yes, I know we won like the Super Cup a couple years ago, I think in 2024, right? We won a Super Cup. We won a one. Who do you pick? All right, give me 1 second. My brother wants me to pick a player out of. Ooh, damn.
I'm thinking maybe Rooney.
Rooney. Oh, I like it. Damn. Cannavaro, Rivaldo, left. Who's your left wing again?
Isn't it?
Figo's lit. But he's your midfielder. I mean, this one looks nice. I like it. You want to get Rooney? They're all 117, so like this is not like a bad option. Wait, how the fuck do you get that?
Oh, you just have to log in for 3 days.
Oh, wow, that's easy. I'll do that after. Let me finish my rant.
Bye.
And I'll be back. Okay. He was playing FIFA, and yeah, you know what? Thank you for reminding me. Let's see if I can fucking cop him afterwards at FIFA. But anyways, so yeah, like where was I? With again back to back trophyless seasons. Like again, 4 opportunities to win a title. The Copa del Rey, we lost to fucking Albacete in the round of 16. Woof. Super Copa de España, we lost to Barcelona in the final. Sucks, but we got there close enough. Champions League, we lose to Bayern, of course. And La Liga, we are 9 points behind Barcelona. And essentially, the only way we can somehow make that 1 or 2 or 3% chance that we have to win La Liga now is to win every game left. And pray to God that Barcelona somehow tumbles and pulls an Arsenal and just starts losing all these fucking games, 2, 3 games, draws back in. This has to be some fucking this has to be some like I don't know some Space Jam shit. Oh, fucking. Oh, I'm gonna get all this talent and you're gonna suck. You know, all of a sudden we're gonna be good at basketball and we're gonna take your fucking abilities to play. Like, I don't know. Basically, it's done. Like, we're not gonna win La Liga. Even if we win every single game, we need to. We need we need to win every game, and Barcelona needs to tumble. They need to have draws. They need to have losses, like multiple. They can't just lose 1 game and a draw. What they need, like 2 losses, a draw, maybe 3 losses or 2 draw. Like I don't know, they need something drastic that makes them slip and lose points. And yes, we go up against them. I think May 10th. We need to win that game because then we take 3 points away from them directly. But other than that, like, no, man, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. As much as there's still that tiny percent chance that we can, no, we're not gonna do it, man. And I know that again, we won the Super Copa like 2 years ago, but it's like it's a 1 game thing. It's a trophy that you win for 1 game. It's not a tournament process. It's not knockouts. It's just 1 game you win and that's it. Oh, here's a trophy. No, man. You want to fucking win a tournament. We have to beat people, not just win a game and boom, trophy, here you go. Like, so the 16th Champions League is not coming home this year. It's not coming home this year. Maybe next year. We'll see. But whatever. Hey, Barcelona's not winning that sixth Champions League this year, so I guess I can't be too mad. But they're still gonna win La Liga, so fuck, man. It's like I can't really. Whatever. They don't win the Champions League, but they're still gonna win La Liga. Like, and they already won. They already won the Supercopa, so they already have that one trophy that they could have against us. They beat us to win that trophy. So shit, man. Like it's just it sucks now being second to Barcelona. Like it sucks, man. It sucks. But there's a lot of changes need to be made in the summer. At this point, maybe I'll watch like I think after the game I was saying like I'm not watching any more Madrid games. I think maybe I'll watch like the last games of the month. Like I think they play like two more games this month. They have a game. They don't have a game this weekend because today's the Supercopa. Today's the Copa del Rey final. Atletico Madrid and Real Sociedad. By the way, go Atletico. I think Atletico is gonna win that game at 3 p.m. tonight. Um, but Madrid, they only have what like two games this month. Let me see. Yeah, they have Alaves on Tuesday the 21st, and then Friday the 24th they go up against Real Betis. So they have two games left. If literally, if they lose or if they draw one more game for the next 7 games, which are all for La Liga, every single game they have left is for La Liga. If they draw once or if they lose once, it's done. Like 100% done. Like 100% done. They cannot lose one more game. They cannot draw one more game. Like they need to win out. They need to win out. Alaves, Real Betis, Espanyol, Barcelona, Real Oviedo, Sevilla, Athletic. They need to fucking win all those games. 7 games. And they need to pray that Barcelona fucking drops points as well. That's it. That's the only way we could somehow get this little margin of hope that we can win La Liga to this. Wait, it's expanding. Wait. Maybe we have a chance. Maybe we have a chance. Maybe we have a chance. But anyways. Fuck, guys. Sucks. Sucks, man. It sucks. Fucking sucks. But anyways, that is that, y'all. For today's episode. I think we're done. I think we're good to go for today. I want to do my MLB season predictions next week because I was gonna do it for today's episode, but I think I'm gonna do it for next week solely because I think I don't know how much sports content I will have for next week. So let's see how much I can hold on to it because for the whole month of April, nothing will change. I don't give a fuck about the month of April when it comes to the season. Whoever's playing good right now could suck at the end of the year or won't win the world. Like nothing right now in MLB is making me consider like, oh yeah, this team is playing so good, they're gonna win the World Series, or this team is playing fucking terrible, oh they're gonna lose, they're not gonna make the playoffs. Like there's nothing has been like nothing. It's just watching games. Nothing is making me like, the Phillies are getting fucking destroyed right now. They're getting bitched. But hey, I still think they're going to win the World Series. The Marlins are playing decent ball. Are they going to make the playoffs? Are they going to make the playoffs? Be real with yourself. Are they going to make the playoffs? Exactly. That's what I thought. So it doesn't matter. I know I'm late to the MLB season predictions, but whatever. It's still very early in the year. Nothing's going to change now to a week later. Nothing. I don't care who's hot. I don't care who's cold. It don't matter. Cavaliers up by 4 entering the second quarter. They're up 35-31, by the way. I'm going to watch playoff basketball. I want to watch playoff basketball. I want to watch some soccer. I think Tottenham's playing right now. Oh, shit. Speaking of football, Tottenham. Are they going to get relegated? Are they going to play in the championship? The second tier English division league? Oh, boy. We'll see. They better win. So they can get out of the relegation area. Because, oh boy, if they get relegated, that's tough. For a team from London to be relegated? That's a shame. That's a shame. But anyways, let me stop sharing this shit. And also, there's other things to talk about as well. I mean, Coachella, um, music to talk about. Like, there's still things to talk about. For the next week's podcast. So I'll talk about Coachella next week. I'll talk about all the NBA playoff games for game 1 and game 2, whatever that I'm going at. I don't know what. I think maybe I'll record maybe Monday. No, but that's not enough. That's 2 days from now. Maybe like Wednesday or Thursday. I think Thursday. I think Thursday is a good day where I can record because there's not so many games going on. Maybe Thursday will be the next episode. So it's before the weekend, next weekend, and then Friday I won't record because I'm gonna go to a concert. I'm gonna be going to a concert next Friday. So super excited. I'm gonna be seeing Baby Keem. So I'm super excited for that concert. It should be a fun time. Um, but yeah, content coming in. I'm back with the podcast. I'm all caught up right now. I'm caught up. So that's good. I don't have anything left to talk about. I mean, again, there's music to talk about, but I'm still catching up. I'm listening to a bunch of music. I'll talk about Coachella and more NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs to talk about. The Champions League semifinals in a couple weeks. There's to talk about the Libertadores, but I haven't really watched much of the games. So when they come back, when the Champions League comes back, then I'll talk about the Libertadores. So that'll be in the next couple weeks, but not for next week specifically. And then I'll make my MLB season predictions, regular season standings, playoff predictions, who's winning every award. I'll do that for the next episode. I promise. And the music episode, it needs to come at some point. I have to make it at some point. I promise I'll make it at some point. But I had to get this episode out. I had to make this episode before the NBA and NHL playoffs officially begin. I was a little late, but we made the bracket and everything. We did that first so we can get it out the way. Winning the NBA Finals over Boston Celtics in 6 games, and the Philadelphia Flyers, are beating the Edmonton Oilers to win the Stanley Cup Finals in 7 games? Fuck it, 7 games. Whatever. I don't know nothing about hockey. I have zero ball knowledge in hockey, but whatever. I can still make predictions. It's okay. Whatever. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast episode. If you did enjoy, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm almost at 150 subs. Let's see if we can get there, man. I'm at 146. I'm at 146 right now. So let's see if we can get to 150 by the end of the week. I'm uploading more videos, reaction videos, music video reactions, album reactions. I have a lot of music to react to. That's what I'm in debt with music, to be honest. Sports and the podcast, at least I'm caught up with that. I'm caught up in work. I'm caught up in other things. But with music and all these albums and all these fucking videos that I have to record, oh my God, it's a lot. I'm putting so much work on myself to drop. But at least I have time in the summer to kind of balance it out more. But yeah, I definitely got to record some videos. Like, I still haven't heard the Don Toliver album. I still haven't heard ASAP Rocky's album. I still haven't heard Madison. These albums that dropped in January and February, I still haven't heard them. And we're almost the end of April in a couple of weeks. So I need to get my shit together because I am super late to the party. But whatever. At least I heard, Baby Keem album, J. Cole's, Bruno Mars, Harry Styles. I've heard some albums from this year, but I need a lot of catching up still. And I also have to review those albums. I still haven't reviewed those albums. I have to, for the music episode, I have to review Harry Styles' album, Jack Harlow's album, J. Cole's album, Baby Keem's, Bruno Mars, Blackpink's, and there's so many fucking albums still waiting to drop. Olivia dropped a new single. She's dropping an album in June. Cat's Eyes dropping an EP in August. Like, there's so much to talk about music-wise. I promise I'll get to that this week. Before the Baby Keem concert on Thursday. But I have to catch up on a lot of music anyways. So that's why I want to kind of just catch up with as much as I can before Thursday. And then by Thursday, when I record the next podcast episode, that way I'm able to incorporate as much as I can. So enough of the fucking yapping. I'll see you guys in the next one. If you did enjoy, again, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, comment down below. Other things, what else I should react to for the YouTube channel, what other content I should be doing for YouTube. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Take care. Have a wonderful day, and peace out, my friends.